Business with Nona, who is seated on the other side of me in the studio. Vodafone and Sky, we're hearing about this a bit. Pushed ahead with their partnership despite their merger setback. What are they trying to do? And
well, they're generating a lot of excitement, that's for sure. I was at the launch of their of Vodafone's new Vodafone TV. And what it is really another kind of delivery of television and or entertainment services, whether it be online and what have you. It's one single platform, all in the cloud. And Vodafone is really thrilled, and they're going to be offering unlimited broadband, so whatever amount you want to eat, and with a basic Sky package. No idea how much it's going to cost yet or when it's actually going to be launched, but pretty exciting for Vodafone and Sky, I'd
This
say.
goes back to the argument that Vodafone and Sky advanced right around their merger, so that Vodafone needs more content, Sky needs more customers.
You know what Vodafone's Russell Stanner said is that this is exactly what the Commerce Commission said they wanted when they pushed back on their merger. Innovation and collaboration, this is what they're doing. And they're saying, look, we're going ahead with our partnership outside of a merger situation. So instead of one company doing it together, two companies doing it together.
How did the market react today to all of this?
Actually, you know, well, Vodafone, we don't know what the share price would have done there, but because it's not listed. But in terms of the New Zealand situation, the Sky share price rose 2 cents to $2.89, which is not bad. I mean, it wasn't like wow, but look, we don't know how much it's going to add to their revenue stream, but it's going to bring in obviously more revenue because potentially more Sky customers in a different way. But, you know, interesting, John Follett, who runs Sky, said that he didn't think that would prompt other competitors, telecommunications companies, to come into the market and offer a competing service to a Vodafone television. He also thought that, interestingly, after the merger, nobody called him up and said, let's do business. So it didn't happen.
Yeah,
never mind.
A lot of pressure on Sky, isn't there? Isn't it amazing how quickly, this is simplistic of me, but everyone who was over a certain age will remember when Sky arrived on the scene, and they were the big, new, extraordinary thing, pay TV. Already the model has a sense of being obsolete about it, and so they have to find new ways to connect.
And that's what, you know, and also NZME, they're in court today with their would-be partner, Fairfax, trying to appeal against a different merger setback from the Commerce Commission. In this case, they're also saying, look, the model has changed. We need to hurry. We need to work together. We need a decision or a reversal of the decision on the Commerce Commission that pushed back on their merger. Their share price is down more than 5%. That's actually 5 cents to 86 cents. So that the market didn't like that. But overall, believe it or not, we moved up to another record close, but just by 1 point. 1 point to 8,091. And look, it's a really interesting week. I'm sure we'll have a little bit more to say about this, but it's been 30 years since we had Black Monday, and that's when, you know, the New Zealand share market, well, in our case, it was Black Tuesday because of the time difference.
Black Monday in the
but
US.
we lost, what, about 60% of the value of the share market, and I don't see that happening this week, so people can be calmed. We don't sort of see that. In fact, right around the world, markets are at their all-time high, Asia and, of course, Wall Street, too. And yeah, so back at home, I guess.
It's funny, I look back, because I'm old enough to remember this.
Yeah,
Are you old enough to remember it? I mean, so many of our properties...
What are we talking about?
That 87 crash. So many of our properties were houses built on sand. And I think, you know, Equity Corp, Chase,
and also the type of share market investors were different then. I mean, we didn't have the KiwiSaver, so there was a lot fewer institutional investors, that certainly not as many overseas investors. It was a bit more cowboy day, I think,
A little bit more.
A little bit more.
There were horses. No.
There were still horses.
What did the dollar do?
Actually, the dollar's a little bit stronger than it has been. Not exactly sure why. Could have been maybe the U.S. inflation data we talked about on Friday was weaker than expected. It's hard to know. The market is still waiting for a decision on our government. But anyways, it strengthened a little bit, 71.7 US cents, 91.1 Australian, and it was steady at 54 pence. And if there's anything else you want to talk about, John, we have all sorts of
Thanks very much. No, actually, we do have more on the NZME Fairfax merger or non-merger coming up.